lights and everything. You've got to help me slate this, by the way. So let's do this.
Sure, yeah.
1, 2, 3. It's a little tradition.
Nice.
Right. I'm here with it's Green Room Interviews. I'm here with Kit Ashton, a super creative person with multiple music projects. I'm going to ask you about the music side of things first, Kit, if that's okay. So do you have a band or artist that really connected with you first and got you into your instrument first?
So my first instrument's guitar, and in those early days it was grunge, so Nirvana and Pearl Jam.
So this is early 90s.
Yeah, exactly. That was like what made me think guitar is cool.
Yeah.
And then I got into songwriting, and so I was more into folks like Jeff Buckley, who's another big one. And around that time, discovered slightly older artists like David Bowie and Elvis Costello, but also Rufus Wainwright was a big one, and he's piano and guitar.
So these are basically all the iconic artists from recent history.
I mean, you know, having said that, I also at that time I was studying flamenco guitar, and I kind of got into jazz and tried, you know. So
is that like a
I would say,
9-long string? Is that
yeah.
specific?
So I went out to Spain for a bit, and I tried. You know, it's a really difficult discipline to get. So I'd say my sort of influences were really broad and weren't just white blokes, I promise. But in terms of becoming that songwriter, the kind of people I was trying to identify with as the songwriter Kit Ashton, that's kind of the stuff that led me in that direction.
Got it. Do you have a standout gig that you've been to as an audience that really memorable?
Wow, I probably do. It's just on the spot thinking of it. I've been to, I guess I've got a couple of standout festivals. So I've been to Glastonbury a couple of times. Like the experience of being there with so many people and the power of music and the kind of unity that music can bring to folks, and the diversity as well. I remember seeing stuff on the Pyramid stage. It was really diverse, from I don't know, gospel choirs to like Paul Weller to, and then I remember I think Chemical Brothers, but then smaller festivals, like I remember playing at Tan Hill Festival.
Next question, best gig you've played. Preemptive strike on that one.
Okay, right, that's cool. Let's get, there you go. Well, that could be one of them. Supported Carleen Anderson on the tour and played some lovely gigs with her as I guess kind of a session player, as a bass player. I played with Thomas White, so with him, and we did the main stage at Guildfest for like 10,000 people. That was pretty cool.
What about the Island Games 2014?
That's true, but
luckily enough, able to accompany Kit.
Yeah, exactly. So 2015. So as Badlebeck, definitely that would be our sort of highest profile gig. You know, it's not always the biggest gigs that are the most memorable, but some of those, you know, smaller gigs that you really get that sense of connecting with it was great. But that was, of course, with your skills, was a great experience.
That was good fun. It was amazing to be involved with in that way, in that setting. It really was fun. And do you have someone you're listening to currently? Someone that you've discovered or rediscovered?
Yeah, I tell you that whenever someone asks me anything like that, the recent couple of years I've said the same artist, but the reason is it's so rare for me to hear an artist on the radio and immediately buy the album. And I was listening to Radio Fit, French radio, coming out of Paris, worth checking out, and I was like, what is this? This is great. It turned out to be a Canadian singer-songwriter called Chloe Pelgag, spelled with a K-L-O.
It's a new one.
Chloe Pelgag, amazing, kind of, I suppose a bit like Rufus Wainwright, that sort of baroque pop, where you've got really sort of complex, interesting arrangements with strings and different interesting harmonies going on.
Yeah.
But her vocal, the way she uses her melody, sort of moving around, so it's creative.
Crafted.
Yeah, beautifully crafted and beautifully produced, Chloe Pelgag, and yeah, just really inspiring to hear. So that sort of French romanticism coming out as well.
I know the sound and the feel and style.
Yeah,
I know where you're coming from. Now, as this is Green Room Interviews, I'd normally ask about your live rig, your actual setup, which we can't actually access today. But do you have a favourite bit of equipment or something you always go to on stage?
Well, a friend of mine. Actually, I got to help this process. He built me a guitar, a Fender Telecaster. It's beautiful, from Ico. So I got to help sand it down and lacquer it, and pick all the different parts up, design it. So yeah, my custom telly has to be magic.
Do you have any strange backstage rituals or pre-gig kind of folklore that you kind of have to do? Do you wear the fake socks or the sneakers?
Yeah. Well, in Badlebeck, of course, we all chant in Nigeria. So no, I'd say probably the only sort of thing, practically something I got off of Carleen Anderson on that tour. She uses a tea called throat coat tea, which has got something in it, which is the bark of the slippery elm tree.
Goodness me, that is a
So-
top tip. Listen out for that one.
Yeah, singers. Yeah,
Maybe
throat
put
coat.
a banner there with some branding. on it.
Yeah, no, honestly, I mentioned it in an article once and sent that to them. They sent me a whole box of it.
Let's do that.
So-
What else do we like? We like Mercedes cars. Okay, a couple of slightly more serious questions.
Uh-huh.
Best bit of advice you can give in a music context,
Well, I
rather
was-
than financial.
Yeah, exactly. With the last few years, I've been studying music at a kind of deeper level as an ethnomusicologist, and that's really, I think, got me to appreciate the ancient human connection that music facilitates. So, the best piece of advice I would have is just seek that out. Seek that passion, that connection, that human togetherness that music helps create, because that is where the magic is. Forget the fame and the money and everything else. You know, go for that connectivity.
Last question I kind of end on is best bit of advice you give to someone who's starting out in music or who's songwriting, playing an instrument.
Again, I would say, you know, seek out that, do it for the love, seek out that connection. But in terms of sort of growing and developing, I guess, yeah, find what excites you. So, you know, don't necessarily go with, I don't know, trying to manipulate a scenario that will make you famous or something like that. You know, just seek out what really interests you and moves you and excites you, and that will send you on a path that will hopefully develop something that interests others. So, similar types of folks.
Learn the craft, practice. Now, I can't sign off without talking to you about your PhD.
So my PhD research in a nutshell is looking at how music can help to safeguard and revitalise endangered languages with a focus in Jersey on Jerier, our language. The main project is Badlavek, this ongoing band, but then I've also done stuff with local schools and choir and collaborative songwriting. So yeah, that's fascinating work, and hopefully I'll be done in the next 9 months to a year.
Amazing work. So I'm going to have to call you Dr. Kit.
That's the plan.
Is that what I'm going to have to
Yeah,
call you?
eventually.
Sounds like something from Ghostbusters. But, I mean, we're here just down from Jersey's Royal Square today because we're celebrating 250 years of kind of the birth of democracy.
Yeah, in Jersey.
With
yeah.
the Corn Riots.
The Corn Riots, yeah, it's called Jersey Reform Day, but a bunch of peasants stormed the Royal Court, and then another bunch of women actually grabbed a load of wheat that was due to be exported and said, no, we need this to feed our kids and families. Like, we can't let us peasants starve. We demand representation, we demand a fair. Well, obviously we're still on that journey.
We sign off there. Thanks so much.
Thanks, man. Merci, Van der Fee.
Oh, excellent stuff. Merci.
Brilliant.